do you see, you've obviously worked with so many different venues. I mean, how many venues have you worked with over 13 years?
No, okay, so I work with everyone on a different services. So when I came to Dubai, I was working for a company called Demind when we opened Blue Market Ibiza. I was part of the management in that. But along the years, I also ventured in my own businesses. One is recruitment, one is a shisha catering service, and one is events and concierge. So in the other businesses, I used to work with everyone. So I can do your hiring. I can do the shisha catering for yourself. I can also book for you. I do the concierge for your restaurants. So yeah.
So over the years, you've worked with...
There's maybe 3,000 companies here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, maybe more.
Wow.
Maybe more.
And so how did you go from working in hospitality? Obviously, you've always had an entrepreneurial flair, haven't you? Because you were promoting your own parties back in Lebanon. But how did you go from working in a venue to having all of those businesses in 3,000 different venues you've worked with over 13 years?
Well, I was lucky to work with an employer that is also an entrepreneur, and he believes in entrepreneurs. So when I was working for Blue Marlin, after 1 year and a half, I said, okay, I'm gonna leave because I have an idea of launching this coconut job. It was called Hey Hot Staff. Like, you wanna hire hospitality staff for venues. And when I was speaking with the employer, with my employer at that time, I told him, like, I wanna probably resign and I wanna work in this. And he told me, what's the idea? And he liked the idea. He said, like, don't leave, stay. It's like hard to work and do startups. You're probably not gonna make money in the first year. Keep working with me and I'll invest in your business, because he understand what I was doing. He invested in me. So yeah, so I was very blessed to have someone like him to work with from the beginning.
Amazing. So at the beginning of your journey as an entrepreneur, you were still working in hospitality and doing that in your spare time.
Yeah. And he's my investor as well now in the other 2-3 other businesses. That's I'm blessed. Probably if I was working with another group when I started to Dubai, I wouldn't be doing all this probably.
Amazing. And so how did you then go about practically building the business? If you were working, I mean, hospitality is long hours, right? If you're working long hours, how did you make the connections to actually transition into doing the business full time?
How did I find time? I always find time. If you're passionate, you'll always figure it out. Yeah, so I never blame that, there was not enough time. Sometimes I don't sleep for 2-3 days if I want to go into a new business. I always find time. And I always try to find a business that is related to the other business that I'm part of or involved with. So that's always the way how I think about it. How can I have a new business that doesn't take a lot of time, that I can use from the network that I have, and I make money? That's it.
And obviously Coconut Jobs now has like a really big online platform.
Yeah.
I can imagine it didn't always have that. How did you go from hiring staff maybe like person to person to having what you have now?
I would like to talk about the story of Coconut because it's a very interesting story. In 2014, I was in Blue Marlin, Ibiza, partying there. And that was the only venue that hired seasonal staff. Same staff used to work in Ibiza in summer, and then we fly those team to work in UAE during the winter season. So and they're amazing because those people that we hired, they know the brand, so it was easy. So they don't need to be trained for the brand, and it was easy for us, and they don't cost us money for visas, and so it was only seasonal stuff. So the story is, I have a friend of mine. He was opening a big night mega club in the UAE, and he came to Blue Marlin Ibiza, and he saw the international staff that we had, and he said like, you have really good staff. What's the story? Like, how did you hire those people? Because I'm paying a lot of money for a recruitment agency, and they're getting me
Shit.
Yeah. Okay.
We can swear.
Oh, you can swear here? Okay. So he said, like, why don't you work with me and get the stuff? Like, you know? So I said, okay, let me figure it out. Within a day, I was like, okay, that can be a good idea for me to make extra money. Why not? So I spoke with a friend of mine, and she's French, and she was working in Cannes during that period as a barmaid. I said, listen, do you want to come to Dubai? There's a new club, mega club opening. And if you want to come to Dubai, she said, yes, I will come. And I have three of my bar team. We live together here in Cannes. Can they also come with their boyfriends? Because all of them also are working together in Cannes and Saint-Tropez. I said, well, I was thinking of hiring one. Now I have 7. I said, yes, why not? And if you have more people to come, let them come. So I spoke with the owner of that mega club. I said, like, listen, I have an idea. Let me do it for you. Let me hire for you the staff. I will handpick for you the staff. I get you the Europeans that you wanted. And you pay me as a recruitment agency. He said, okay, let's do it. Within 2 weeks, I hired for them 60 staff. And all started with that lady in France, that she get me all the network. And I made in that deal like 1 year salary in the other business. So I said, like, okay, damn, that's good. That's a good job. Then another club was opening. I went to the other club, said, like, hey, listen, how about hiring those kind of people in Dubai? Would you be interested to use me? He said, let's do it. So it started like this. Like it started like a friend of mine asking me to help him find staff to a multi-million-dollar business now. And then in 2020, when the COVID happens, we rebranded the business. It was called Hey Hot Staff. So we rebranded the business to Coconut Jobs, and we wanted to make it as an online platform that can be able to scale it, and we can use that platform all over the world. And that's working now. So we have around 150,000 members on the platform. We have more than 4,000 businesses globally. We have 20,000 jobs being filled, and we're growing and growing and growing.